Sakonoko coming up with the Chun-Li against Chris Tatarian. This is an extremely good look. In my opinion, Chun-Li does very, very well in combating against most of the Shotos in this game.
So that means, well, either Bonchan or Ryusei are going to sit out in this one. So it could be Ryusei playing the anchor match. It's going to be the first appearance here for Sakonoko. It is good to see. Now, obviously, I know a lot of commentators and other people, he's highly revered for his execution. I've watched play this game a fair bit. He has dropped a few things with Chun-Li, but it's still pretty much phenomenal to watch him play. I'll give you some more dirt.
Dude, he's been like a fly on the wall up until this point, by the way.
And
when I first saw him at the hotel, he was not even trying to play any games. He had his mask on. He was incognito mode and watching everybody press buttons.
Let me tell you this. He was facing Takamura yesterday, the first of 5. Takamura said, Sakonoko is good, but what he prioritizes and where he allocates his brain power is weird. I said, so what does he fall for then? He said, DI in the corner. That's what he said. He got it with every single DI in the corner.
That was actually going to be my next point. One of his biggest faults is in the corner on defense. He doesn't make the right educated guesses against the mechanics of the game.
He's focusing on something else, which sometimes players that play against him can't really quite figure that out. But he has actually got optimal conversions, and he does do light Hazanshu over fireballs, light fireball at the last point, because I think she's projectile invincible for like frame 5 on the lower half of her body or something like that. I can't remember, I read this a little while ago. So let's see what happens here. Gets the throw tech. Oh, what a whiff punish there from Chris, and he's going to go for the crouching conversion there as well. Identifying whether they're standing for a standing Pacific combo or a crouching one is huge.
Now, most of the time, I do like the way that Chun-Li can present herself in the neutral against Ken or like a plethora of characters. Her walk speed is phenomenal. Her range on her normals and her special normals just as good. But right now, Chris Tatarian has been so cautious of either approach, either the walk speed and the positioning that she's in, and also the placement of that low medium kick.
Oh, she's got some of the best normals in their respective categories in the game. Lovely whiff punish from Chris. He is so on point with his whiff punish, just in general as a Street Fighter player. Gets the triple flash kicks. Holding it down here, jumps away, takes the crouching fist. Drive rushes in. Christy got a lot of drive gauge to work with here and took a risk there with the jump, and I've seen Sakonoko do that before. He will walk under certain jumps and get a full punish counter conversion from the stand medium punch. Puts him in a beneficial situation here. Almost got the punish counter with the HP.
This is going to be great for the big pendulum swing that you mentioned. Well, get the drive gauge back. The damage is pretty significant, but there is critical or on deck now for Sako. It still puts
he can bait something.
Yeah, it puts him in a dangerous spot where one touch can kill, but Chris Tatarian taking the initiative instead to bring it to Sakonoko's doorstep.
So, 3 interactions in that set alone, Sakonoko made the wrong decision. EX Tensho kicks was blocked. Yeah. He lost in that interaction as well. And there was a third situation that has completely escaped me now, which I saw it moments ago, which didn't work out either. There have been the throw bait on into the level 3 conversion. Right. 3 huge defensive choices that went wrong. So he could probably do things in trepidation now, because a lot of the Japanese players don't like to make those huge mistakes. And there's that light Hazanshu over the fireball again. You can do that reaction.
Ooh, man. Double jump, Chris Tatarian. You were talking about some of the arbitrary jumps that could be pretty pivotal in some of the games. Now you're establishing that mindset. It's like, you know what, I'm willing to kind of take it to the skies at first and see if you're ready for it. But now Sakonoko in dire straits yet again.
Dropping it out here, and it will be a punish. 7 frames, Super Art 1. Stand like just to check what's going to happen. Sakonoko needs to be very careful with his button choices. Chris has been immaculate with his spacing. No drive rush counts from the crouch medium.
Oh!
That looked like a Hazanshu.
It did. It 100% was.
Okay. So waits, throw tech worked out, and he's going to drive rush cancel, and this should be able to take the round. No super art needed. I lied to you, he needs it.
He needs it, yeah. A little bit of a overstep from Chris Tatarian. He was exuding that confidence. He was willing to walk up, potentially get a throw, but Sakonoko just a little bit too quick on the trigger. Excuse me.
It comes down to heavies. Sakonoko uses heavies much more than other Chun-Lis I'm used to watching play this character here. And he can't throw a bad fireball, because I've seen that. That's the tail of the tape with Chun-Lis when I watch him. Pulling it out. What was that?
Couldn't tell you. Really couldn't tell you.
Out there, gets the crouching medium kick, drive rush cancel into the spinning bird kick there, and the throw to maintain the pressure. Trying to bait something from Chris.
Oh, that was so dangerous to even try to think about a button.
You need level 2. No, he's gonna safe jump instead. Stays on the ground. I thought he was gonna hop off.
That's the second time he's done it, by the way.
Hold on a minute. Side swap. It's not all or nothing yet.
Excellent timing. Man, somebody was really surprised about that in the crowd.
Well, he's got level 2, so Chris can't throw a fireball. Not a bad one, anyway. Good check. It wasn't a punish counter, though. He needed that.
What was that? There was a counter hit in place.
Beat him to the punch there. One apiece. He's literally turned to the teammates just for a quick advice, quick second perspective, because perspective is everything. Just to see if they noticed anything that he was doing the first game. Phenomenal. Again, but sometimes your defensive choice you make, you just guess wrong. The next time you just guess right. Same interactions, same mindset going in towards that. But it's interesting. Still no drive impact for what I used to and what I was talking about with Takamura last night. But I wonder if he's clocked onto that as well. Sako. It doesn't matter, by the way. I don't think it's huge if he loses this because of the position his team's in. Get his hands warmed up, and it doesn't matter because they're still at an advantage points-wise. So
there are a couple of points to give away. Totally understandable.
I wouldn't want to relinquish points as much as the next pro player was, but I'm telling you, mathematically it should be fine. But he gets the conversion into the light spinning bird kick.
Yeah, you're getting the data on the first time on Chris as well, so that's pretty pivotal in terms of the long run strategy.
Likewise for these guys against Sako as well. If he comes back to the hot seat to play. Big parry. Crouch fierce into the stomps. What pressure are we going for? Oh, and he's running away. Good choice, so now he's going to have to make an executive decision, which is blocking it out.
From Chris up until that point, made that exchange. Not too bad for Chris. You got to trade some of the bar and also pick yourself out of the corner a little bit.
It was way worse for Sako than Chris. 2 bars is 2 bars like lost. Okay, there's the challenge there.
What was that? Still in Serenity stance.
Anyway, takes him there and then goes for some sort of safe
counter.
jump.
Oh, I for sure thought he was going to be able to link that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was going for, but it did say counter and it worked out. But maybe it didn't have enough frame advantage for a light to connect afterwards, or maybe mistimed it. Who knows? No drive rush cancel again from the low forward. He is flailing all those buttons, and Chris is really trying to find the opportune moment to get the perfect whip punish. And I think even he thought he was out of range of that. That's one of the longest crouching medium kicks in the game into the Super Art 2. Take it away, Sako. It's the same jump.
Punish counter off the perfect parry fireball. Chris again, we talked about the importance of not throwing out a bad fireball, right? Sako very much so keen on getting the perfect parries. And speaking of, even checking the dragon lashes.
Gets the crouching hard punch conversion after. I thought he could have got a roundhouse there, but he wanted the safe jump set up instead.
OD. That's not a true block string off of Chris
Doesn't want to burn himself out. He doesn't want to get burnt out, but the level 2 is there, and I think he's got him in the range. The last hit should probably do it. Quite. Oh,
it's fine. Yeah, absolutely fine, because he still gets to ensure a true block string into the super, but it was really up to Chris to make that executive decision whether or not he wanted to reign with that super on Wake Up.
It was a difficult choice to make. You're in a deleterious position. It's very difficult to assess that, especially on the fly as well, because again, you're almost in burnout.
In that situation, I think even after the jab, like if Sako lets the jab out, I still think he recovers in time, so I think that was checkmate.
Yeah, he's in burnout, so it's like regardless, sometimes your demise is inevitable there. But again, came out the gates running. Good start there from Chris T. He actually had really good spacing there until Sako decided to readjust it. Lovely identification there that he was crouching, by the way, because again, like I said, there are combos that only work for crouching opponents, and if you would punish a crouching attack, you will keep them in that state. You can force them standing. There will be standing conversions as well. So Chris was super on point that first game. And then Sako changed up his defensive choices, didn't take as many risks on Wake Up, was able to walk in that range and make sure he basically badgers Chris T with that crouching media kick as well as other buttons as well.
I will say Chris defense against the safe jump setups, or even like the stomps, the very, very late stomp,
they were good.
They were very, very well done. Despite taking 2 throws, I think what happens afterwards, I think his awareness of it, is like of mitigating the damage, or the risk, I should say, of taking those throws was pretty top notch. I think that was a fair assessment to make for Chris T.
Yeah, there you go. And then after turning it around, maybe that was the pivotal moment there. That throw tech into the crouching medium kick drive rush cancel. Maybe that was the turnaround that Sako needed to get that bravado, get that confidence to come back and keep his team in this.
Oh my.
Talk to me.
I just looked at the point spread. You know what we talked about before we went into the break, right?
We did.
So, look, FAV Gaming could potentially win it all out here if their anchor match goes in favor of them. I don't know who's going to be playing for FAV yet, but man, they're pretty close to getting that full streak for 70 points.
That is a very good.
Right there. Maybe
situation
it wasn't plus enough. And even Sakonoko, he looked at it. Actually, he looked up the cam. He's just like, he shrugged. He's like, I guess he missed.
Do you know what? Sometimes the best answer in Street Fighter 6, because there's so many unexplained interactions, we're still learning, especially in the first year, the inaugural year of the game. You just shrug your shoulders and just move on. Legit, that's all you gotta do.
Oh, that was fine. Yeah, he got the safe jump set up off of the roundhouse. My mistake. Okay. Yeah, so Sakonoko did pretty much just secure that off of the safe jump roundhouse. Not a lot Ken could do about that.